So I think we're going at 5:55. I don't know if it's AM or PM. Go to Exalted Lamb. I don't understand his channel, but he just talks about 5:55 and 117, 17. So here, that's when they started. French magazine Paris Match. 2 examples of Putin's excrement collections were of the president's visit to France on May 29, 2017. That's when they had that sign in the sky. I totally missed that. I was sound asleep. And to Saudi Arabia in October 2019. Well, that's my birthday. That would have been when the Lord called me Joseph on the 20th of October. What a great birthday present. In both of these instances, it was alleged that Putin either had a private toilet brought along with him during the trips, or that he was accompanied to the bathroom by several guards. Another theory is that he uses a porta potty everywhere he goes. Well, I shit in a porta potty. So I haven't read any more. Oh, here we go. There's your dog sign. What do they say about dogs? Countless canines across the region have been stressed and anxious. Yes, my dogs jumped on my face, but I settled them when they heard the thunder twice. The last one, when we got the hail, they were all on my face. Fire was at Graham's house, thank God, because she scratched me and made me bleed before. So I only had 4 on my face. No, 3, because Teddy sleeps on the ground. 3 on my face. And the lady in my Facebook group, my doggy group, had only just sent a picture to me of her 2 dogs on her face. Pirate was on her face, and she was only showing one eye. Now, Fire had 2 black and white dogs. I kept Angel. The Lord gave me Angel, and the day she came out, he said, call her Angel. I knew I was going to keep her. And the other one, I just put the name up for grabs. There's about 5 people who follow my messenger, and the Lord works through them. Well, we all know that one had 2 black eyes markings, and one only had markings, a black eye on one eye. Yeah, it's a sign. I didn't expect black and whites. Fire has only ever produced 1 black and white, and that was Michael. So I said, what do we call this one? And Cass, who's now training to be a policewoman, said, let's call it Pirate. So she's had a new name, and her name now is Daisy. Well, Daisy is on my friend's eye. And that lady left the group soon after she posted. Well, she actually showed me that picture after she left the group. She just left without saying. Her excuse is she got a job. Well, she was obviously just bringing a message from the bottomless pit that the Lord flipped up for his glory. Everything's flipped up for his glory. You don't have to even let him do it. You know, he healed people that didn't want to be healed. So don't think that for some reason you are where you are because you're willing, because most of you aren't even willing. The Lord we serve, he wills. It's his will. Be done, not yours. So we think we have free will. But if we give our will to him, it's his will. When we still want to keep our own will, our own freedom, that's when we're in a lot of trouble. Now, what does it say? Recommends natural solutions over drugs. We have been selling a lot of Thunder shirts, a wee shirt that wraps around the dog and keeps them tight. They're like a weighted blanket, using the compression technique to reduce anxiety. We also have a spray. This is a sales pitch. As far as the weather goes, dogs and other animals are like humans. Some cope really well and others not so much. There's not really much you can do outside finding a good calming method. Look how calm I'm speaking. Making them a hiding spot and keeping them comfortable. Well, don't hide. They hide. We don't hide. Do you see me hiding? You're hiding your sins because you're ashamed, aren't you? You're ashamed. So thank the Lord for the eagles that eat snakes ashamed. I ate them as a pantomime in the glory hut. I thought I was getting deliverance. It was so disgusting in my mouth. I went outside, I was spitting, like vomiting something up. And then nothing came up, but I could taste it. It was in the spirit I tasted it. It was sour. So woe to those who give bitter for sweet. Hello? Right, should we let the bird go? Hey, Fantail, do you want to come out now? Yeah, you've done your job. Oh, my video's still going. Do you want to stay with me? Or have you only been here for a minute and a half? There, see, it's gone. Straight out the door. Followed me out the door. Watch out, Teddy. Now, what am I going to show you? More testimony. Oh, yeah. So they're collecting poop and shit. It's him who's doing it. I don't even see the point of the article. Other than the fact that the Lord's pointing to the shithole and the excrement. So, see the ducks. Now, I didn't have ducks, but I have a dream where... See how my caravan's facing that way? Well, the Christmas before, I had come back from Christchurch. I'd been on one of those trips, equivalent to the trip. Oh, yeah, I was going to start with this. Equivalent to the trips that Clec takes, except, you know, there's no big fanfare like his. He thinks he's the only one, which is something the Lord will rebuke him for. He needs to humble himself, but he also is intimate, and I will never. He can't know God like he knows God without being intimate. So when I come back, I'd been organised to turn this 180. It was facing the other way. Yeah, so my caravan was facing this way, which is the sunset. It's really cold during the day. And I realised if I flipped it, that I could build out like this, which is not the easiest way to do it, but it's the most beautiful. Because see the fantails, they're not going anywhere. They're mine. The swallows have gone, they've gone, they'll come back. So anyway, that's my deck. It runs all the way along it. It's going to be beautiful. See, fantail. And there's a river. So why would you build that way into the shade and dark? And most recently, there's a dog door going there, and then above that there's a window. I found the window. The Lord had a window for me planned. I was going to put a mirror here so I could see the mountains reflected back, but now I'm just going to have a window looking at that. And then on this side there's a window looking at that. So I used to have trees here, but they got rid of them to get the boulders. That's my outside bath. When I use that, I don't know when I'll use that, but it's going to be nice. Once I get the roof on this thing, I'm just going to run, all the water's going to run off and down here. And I haven't got another tank, so I'm just going to use this as my tank. See, works, plugs in it. There's been a whole lot of dead rats in there. Their skeletons will be in there. Oh, there goes one, see? Yeah, couldn't get out just because the plug's filled. And yeah, that's how you heat it. It's like a wetback. I've got 3 chimneys. I've only got 2 fires, so I've got an extra chimney, no problem. Put that there. And I planted some manuka trees. Replanted them, and I've just realised they've taken, so I'll get a bit of privacy. I should put some more down there. See the dogs? Right, I was talking about the ducks, so I'll tell you the story. And that's why I talked to you about that flipping caravan. So I got back from Christchurch. Before, when it was November that the Lord said, they're planning their surprises, but I've wrapped mine up. So then. and that there would be no boys born, which was Christmas Day. So I want to tell you what happened on Christmas Day. That was when there was the other storm that mentions Kamara. Mentioned it before. All the phone lines are out. I know that because I was trying to upload Glory and Labour on Christmas Eve. Wasn't working. I struggled spiritually to stay at peace because she was pushing and no pup coming. And I realised I couldn't call the vets even if I wanted because I couldn't use my cell phone. I found that out for sure the next day because on the Community West Coast notice board they were talking about from 10 o'clock a taxi driver said till 3 o'clock. Everything went out and Spark didn't have a satisfactory explanation for it. It was all of the West Coast, just like this thunderstorm and hail we've had in Kumara. There's no hail anywhere else, it was here. They didn't have an explanation, so I made up a bullshit story about Kumara digger driver was out there at 10 o'clock and he pulled up the phone, some sort of fibre line. Well, it's bullshit, anyone knows. Even the home lines were out. It doesn't make any electrical sense at all. And it was Kamara digger driver. Well, everyone knows what everyone does here in Kamara, and there was no one who took responsibility for that. If it had happened in any other region, this is their point, in New Zealand, there would have been hell to play. People were hurt. People were hurt, they couldn't call the police. You know, all the other things that happen when you've got no phone. So that's the other God miracle. Right, so I have miracles and signs and wonders that follow this ministry just like Clegg, right? So my point is, you saw the bird, it's just like Clegg. Signs and wonders. I would like to be able to lay hands on someone and see them healed. He's shown me I will do that. There's a man here with a metal plate in his head called John. He'll get his head back restored. And by 12 o'clock he's got migraines and can't really function. And then there's Paul who's missing a leg. He'll get his leg. So that'll be nice to show you. But, and then there's, I don't know if they're going to record this flight of the bloody bumblebees when I do the bird thing. But they'll definitely know it happened. I'm pretty sure they'll have evidence of it. Or it could just be an oral story. Because the Maori's belief system is oral. They didn't have a language before the Pākehā, which is they call the white pig, turned up, which is interesting. So, I get back from my trip before Christmas and the babies are born and the puppies are 3 girls and I get tribute and I put him on the altar like Isaac and Abraham. Him, yellow, for the harvest. And we've got the harvest guys, it's in the bag. They plan their surprises and the Lord said I've wrapped mine up. Okay, and it's the bear he wrapped up. Surprise! A yellow. Surprise! You'll be surprised who the harvest is as well. So I come back and all the gold miners come and help turn the caravan. And you can see it's facing the right way now. And now I walk out into my build. At that stage, that time I didn't have a build. Look, the ducks are going nuts. Aren't they gorgeous? And I didn't have ducks. These are called Peking ducks. So this dream is... before my caravan is turned, I have this dream. In my caravan, instead of facing that way, that's what's interesting about the dream, is it's facing that way. It was before it was turned, before I even thought I had the idea, but all these ideas are the Lord's, to turn it 180 back around this way, so it's facing the sunrise, the east, because that's where our Messiah comes from, not the west. We're seeing the west. I like what Click's saying about the west. You know, that's your Arabian, your Arab one, right? The Mahdi comes from the west. That's their prophet. You just look at the Statue of Liberty, what direction she's looking at. It's all coming from the west. Anyway, my caravan's turned because I know which way I'm facing in this dream. And I'm lifting up my blankets and my bed, right, which is where you just saw the fantail. In there is my portaloo. I can show you what a portaloo looks like in a caravan. Like, you know, the one Putin shits in. And he's been doing it since what? Why is he doing that? It's so strange. He's got DNA in his shit. You know that. They can find everything. They look in the toilets to see how many viruses are in there. Look, see? So in that, I pull it out. It's open. It's got no top. And it's got filled with what I believe is, it's like rotten eggs. And then I see these ducks, the ducklings or something, they're all in sort of a circular thing. And in the dream, I'm amazed. I think, oh, it's like they're in under my blankets, like nesting. I'm supposed to be looking after them. And I'm amazed that they're alive. My ducks are alive. And do you know what that dream's followed by? It's 2 parts. I'll show you. I'll walk to the front and show you. Picture this place after the apocalypse, you know, like, say, a bomb goes off and all the windows are blown out and everything's gone. I think in this dream I'm up here in the sky looking, you know, like all those after-death life experiences where people are floating around looking back. Anyway, my sister, it doesn't look like my sister, but I know it's her. It's the mean. She's in my bloody caravan. I'm watching her. It's after she's coming to check out my ship because she's still alive through the worst of it because she's going to hell. She's looking, and in here is just dust and dirt, and she pulls up my orchid. I didn't even have an orchid. It's one of these. They have a little white flower, right? I didn't even have that, and now I have it, just like I didn't have the ducks. So that's the second part of my dream. She's lifting it up like she's holding a dirty shit. It's my plant, and then she just drops it and doesn't treat the flower nicely at all. And then I'm watching her. I'm despising her, really. I'm going, get the hell out of my shit. It's my sister, right? She was a real bee because she hunted me, just like Kleck's family, right from birth. I've showed you this. There you go. I bought it at the supermarket. Nice, eh? It has a white flower. So she's pulled that up. And then I see her do this, because the window must be broken, I don't know. I see her look at that, and you see her, she snarls. She goes, snarly. You know, they are so indignant. There's nothing that will, they're so like, we will survive. Hey, hey, weren't you the one who tried to crush me with goodbyes? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive as long as I know how to love. You know, stay alive. I've got all my love to give. I've got all my... It's like a bad musical. And they changed the words. If you look at the lyrics, it says... I forget, but the real words and the original version I found on YouTube, a man who posts real words, real versions, is crush me with goodbye. That's why we keep seeing these boulders. See how big they are? They can't even take those away. They're the ones that are crushing everyone. There's a boulder down there called Londonderry Rock, where I take the dogs, and it's, see that, those rocks? It's about 50 times that size. They mined around it. And I met a mysterious man there who told me a story. He said, whenever I see this rock, this is my spiritual place, like Stone fucking Henge. Whenever I see it, I think of my a person who was in the news, who drove up West Coast Road, which is where they put all the power got taken out. The roads were all closed, right? The God storm and the power being taken out. And a man driving past in his car, and a rock just randomly fell on him. Well, what happened to Kleck when he had to do a U-turn? He didn't go the wrong way. The Lord meant him to go that way, and he got the songs, and the one was, everything's going to be all right. It's your fault. Everything's not going to be all right. Wake up, for fuck's sake. You are motherfuckers. You came here and you are motherfuckers. And Jesus calls you that. You're the mean. You're not going home. You're stuck here and you're jealous and you flipped it. When I left Amy's dad, because he king hit me in the face a week before I had the baby, Amy, whose name was Cole. Let me tell you this. I had a dog called Carly. It's just like Cleck's testimony. This is what I wanted to start with. Try and help me remember, Lord. Oh God, Holy Ghost. I had a dog named Carly. That's it. And when I had my special moment, going into the ether, the black, and had this false joy. Yes, I do experience something. Don't you worry about that. It's supernatural. I got a tattoo because I've always loved lizards. I had a lizard when I was a kid. There's your Paphiagenesis, or whatever, I can't say it. There's your little whip-tailed lizard. My kids gave me that. You put your key in it. It's nearly broken. No, you don't put your key in it. There's no hole. I thought there was a hole. Look, it's nearly broken. I brought that with me. I've got a tattoo on my ass. I can't remember if it's on the left or the right cheek. Well, I just marked the occasion with a tattoo. And the tattooist's name was Pineapple, just like the New York pineapple that comes down on New Year's Eve. And the diva in the white dress, there's three of them. One is Gloria Gaynor. She's the one that sung in New York on 2020, and nobody was there because of the virus. But the other ones are Anita Franklin. She and her Supreme Sisters stand just like they do at the Hoover Dam with their arms up, like, and you know, like that Victorious that stands with the fist, like Arnie. Like Arnold when they were playing ping pong. I have a lizard. He designed me one. He's dead now. He's one of the best tattooists in New Zealand. He died before he was 30 on drugs. I paid him out of my partner's methadone. That's the treatment you give a drug addict to keep them off drugs, which is a drug which you can sell. That's how I paid for my tattoo, and it was unique, and he changed it. My daughter loves it. Its feet were like that. They were disgusting. I just didn't tell him how. I like a skink lizard. I wanted a gentle nature lizard. But this was a demon, and Amy knew the name of the demon too. Those snakes, those lizards, right? We know who they are. This is really long, isn't it? Yeah, it's a tattoo on my ass. I can hear fire barking, a little rat bag. So, it's the same as the vampire that Cleck is, falling from the sky. Carly was my dog, goddess of destruction, before I got saved. Lord knows, my testimony. I got a lizard tattooed on my ass before the Father drew me to him. I was a Christian 2 years later. Now, when I got drunk, was the only time I tried to show my tattoo, and when I did, I got confused and always showed the wrong ass cheek. Are you laughing? So it was embarrassing. I didn't really want to flash. I just wanted to show the tattoo. Anyway, Pineapple died. Who knows what's happened to Christopher up that hill there, because the cops went up to see him. That's Des, the ex-policeman. He's useless. He must have been a useless policeman. Anyway, I'm in bed with the enemy here. This place is number 52. The bird is deaf that came in. The house is called, I'm putting it up there, the Escher house. Have a look at it. It's a puzzle. It goes up and down. It's got lots of pathways. Whether I completed it or not, I don't know. But the post that I just posted, I'm still talking about this place. I need to get the fire in. So I'm going to do some concrete, put the fire in. So I'll let you go now. Love you. Bless you in God's name. Remember, don't shoot the messenger.